can water down God's word so much. But once you have true discernment, you can see instantly his power is still in the scriptures, no matter who try to manipulate it. Man only can do so much to God's word. So yeah, I just wanted to add that in there. Yeah.
So we're coming up to the moment now where you were shot,
Yes.
right? And then you had
Oh
the
yeah.
experience, right? Lead us up to the moment where you got shot, and then
Sure.
what happened after that?
Sure. It was 2009. By then, I had some money, and every weekend we go to the clubs. We go to the clubs looking for girls. We're smoking some weed. We're drinking in their life, right? So for us, it's a tradition to go get new clothes. You go to the club, you got to have a new outfit. So me and my friend, we're gonna go shopping during the day. We go shopping, but I kept seeing this one guy. Okay. First, we went to the clothing store. I come out, he's sitting on his car. And this is something in my spirit says something is not right about this guy. But I looked at him, he said, "What's up?" And said, "Okay, what's up?" We go to another store. I come out, he's outside the second store, way on the other side of our district. Just like it's no way you can keep running to the same person. So I thought it was, wait a minute. Now my spirit really was tugging on me. Like something is up with this guy. So again, I looked and he said he's sitting on his car outside of the store. So I tapped my friend and said, "Hey man, this man is following us." This guy, and my friend laughed. He was like, "Dude, you're not that important. Nobody following you, man. Quit it. You're nobody to be thinking about. Stop it. You're paranoid." Okay, I brushed it off. So later on, I come out 2 or 3 hours later, we're dressed. I'm ready to go out. I come outside the building. Guess who's standing there? The same guy. So this time I said, okay, I'm about to question this guy and ask him, do I know him from somewhere? Where is he from? You know what I mean? Because enough is enough at this point. My spirit is telling me I need to find out what's going on. As I'm walking and approaching the guy, he had a cigar in his mouth. And he said, "Do you have a lighter on you?" I said, "Yeah." And so as I'm reaching in my pocket, I saw a green flash. It's the first thing I really remember. It was a green flash. Okay. Now it just seems like, I don't know if things go in slow motion. When your body experience traumatic experiences, you either black out or time slows down for you. Okay. And I'm noticing how God put that in as a safety mechanism for your body, for us. So we won't be over traumatized by the experience. But as I look up, I smell like, I don't know if you know either with matches, like if you would burn a whole book of matches, like the sulfuric smell.
Yeah.
That's what I smelled. But as I look up to him, and he hit me again, wow, again. So now I'm looking at him, but he has this look on his face, and it was demonic. But it was like a "I got you" look, like a, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? But the second time I fall back, as soon as I'm falling back, I feel myself falling forward.
Okay.
It's hard to explain. I'm falling back, but yet I can feel myself falling forward, and instantly, it was instantaneous. It was just like that. I was in darkness. But like I described before, this darkness is not a darkness like here on earth. It's not like you can blindfold yourself, like you can put yourself underneath the earth, super blindfold yourself and dig deeper. And it's still, this darkness is alive. You understand? It had a spiritual component to it, to where I felt it was all over me, like it was holding me. But as I'm falling down, I can't even calculate the speed. But as I'm falling, the more I'm falling, the more I'm feeling things getting stripped away from me. Meaning such as like hope, love, all the stuff that we take for granted here that we don't realize that come from God, they're stripped from you as you're falling to this place. Okay? I want people to be aware. Don't take anything for granted. Because as I was falling, it's beyond, like I was saying before, at first, the terror. It's not fear, it's terror, and it's alive. It's a spirit. It's alive in that place. In the darkness, it's alive. It was alive. It was like the darkness had a consciousness of its own, and it was stripping me of everything good. So as I'm falling, it's so fast, and I can't even think clear. But I'm falling because people don't understand. Just say, for example, if you're here conscious, like we're talking right now, we're communicating, and then all of a sudden you're taken to just a whole nother place instantly. It's instantaneous. There's no slow build up to it. There's no nothing there. It's boom. Okay. And I'm falling, and I'm feeling this fear, but the speed of the fallingness, I can't even explain it in words, no matter what language, no matter what. It's spiritual. It's a spiritual component to everything. Now that in hindsight, and the more that I'm mature in my spirit, I'm realizing that it is all spiritual. The spiritual life, I was in my spiritual body. Okay. I'm falling. Now, the first thing that hit me was the smell. The smell. But see, people don't understand. I'm gonna explain it again. When you pass away, you don't lose your five senses. You know, sight, hear, touch, taste. No. They heightened. They get more potent. So they raise times 1,000,000. So you become more sensitive. They don't go anywhere. They get stronger. So like if you were to smell this smell right now, the smell that I was smelling, there's no way your body will be able to take it here on this earth. There's no sewer, no dead bodies, no dead animals, rotting flesh. There's nothing that can compare to this smell. Okay? It is so bad. It is just, but as I'm falling, I'm just like, it's just overwhelming, the smell. And then all of a sudden I see a little light. It's a little light, because this darkness is so dark. You can see the light on like a top of a pinhead. It's bright compared to this darkness. So to see that little light,
I also recently watched
light. I'm thinking, but as I'm going, I'm falling. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Then all of a sudden, I felt heat. I can feel heat coming from this light, but I wasn't even now that I'm looking at it, I wasn't even paying attention to the heat because I was so scared. I'm smelling this smell. But I'm starting to see it looked like a big portal. But this portal looked like it was rocks. Okay. That's what I want to explain to people. Hell is here on earth, but it's in a different dimension. Okay. Just like when I start learning scientific principles on different dimensions, it makes complete sense. Just like I'm sitting here right now, but there's different frequencies going through me that I can't even see, like microwaves, radio waves, all types of things, but they're vibrating on a different frequency. So you can have two places in one space, because of different dimensions. So hell is on earth, but it's in a different dimension. All right. Yes. So now as I'm falling and I'm seeing this portal and it's open, as it opened now, I'm pretty much right there and I can see every detail. Now remember, your senses are heightened. You can see a molecule if you wanted to, if you focus and zoom in on it. I mean, that's how pinpoint accurate your senses are in the spiritual body. Now I'm looking and it's rocks, like stones, ancient rocks, caverns, but I fall through and I hit the bottom. Now, when I hit the bottom,
so the opening is like rocks.
Yes,
like circular.
It's like you're entering the cave system.
Okay,
it's like I was falling into an ancient cave system. That's the best way I can describe it. But the rocks were glowing. Everything on the rocks was so hot. They were like yellow, orange, white. They were hot. They were so heated. That's the little light that I was seeing. When I got there, I knew exactly that was that opening. So when I hit the bottom, I mean, I slammed so hard, but I didn't even feel that pain like that, because when I tried to move, I was so more worried. I was like, I was just panicking so bad. I tried to move and I couldn't move the way we move here. It felt like I was wearing a big heavy suit, like I was weighed like 900 pounds. So just like I'm moving my arms now and I can do this and that. No. First of all, you feel like instantly I felt I had no energy. And what that was, now that I realize, is that we're so used to being in our physical body. We're so used to things of our physical nature. Like I couldn't breathe. When I was trying to breathe, it was like I couldn't even breathe. It's because I wasn't breathing in the first place. There's no oxygen in that place. But we're so used to being here, just like we're breathing now, we're unconsciously breathing. So I thought I was trying to breathe. So that makes my anxiety there even worse, because you're so used to being in this flesh. You think you have fleshly movement. It doesn't work that way. You're stripped of everything. Remember, you're stripped of everything God gave you. So even having movement, even that comes from God. See, we don't realize that. Even breathing and just feeling, that comes from God. But that was stripped. You get stripped of all of that by the time you make it there.
Were you thinking about outside at all, or no, you weren't even thinking about the earth?
No,
you were just focused on this place.
Yeah, you don't. You're so petrified. You're so scared. You're not thinking about anything here. You're not thinking about a person. You're not thinking at that moment. You're not thinking about anything. I was so shocked and going through in the fear and the anxiety and just everything. You're not thinking. That's the last thing you're thinking about. You're not thinking about any of those things.
So when you realized where you were, what happened next?
I'm trying to get up, and it was so dark. It was just as dark, but all of a sudden, the only thing that illuminated that place, the first thing I saw before me were the pits. and they were like, flames were coming up. And then you can see when these flames come up, that's how you can see. But when the first pit lit up, I saw it had to be thousands, as far as your eye can see, of these pits. And they were connected in rows, but they would go so far, like, I mean, it had to be miles and miles and miles of these pits. But inside these pits, there were people, okay? But what really caught my attention before I describe the people in the pits were these beasts around all the pits. They were like giants. Some of them were like, and they all had like a reptilian kind of theme to them. They all looked like reptile, nasty, deformed. Some of them had long arms, short arm with a long arm, bodies. But the giants that I saw, some had to be like 13 to 18 feet tall. I mean, huge. I'm talking about ripped up muscles, huge. I mean, they were
humanoid. Were they humanoids?
Humanoid, yes. They had legs, they had arms, they had, chest muscles. They were very humanoid, but not even close to humans. Not even. They were so ugly, and the smell that I was smelling.
So, it is September 15, 2024, Sunday. The one thing about your gang stalkers is that when you sit back and you observe the so-called normalcy of a baseline, it's so easy to tell when they're trying to run game because they switch up from that. And when they switch up from that, that's when you know that they are working the PSYOP assignments. They're busy compensating the morality for being brainwashed by a string of golden carrots. And so, when you see the change up, all you have to do as a target is just to recess. Let the parasites bite off their own feet, and let the parasites terminate their own joy as they do their clown college parasiting for their golden pyrite. It's easy peasy. So, whenever you know that X, Y, and Z is parasiting off of you, instead of building into you, behind your back, isn't that what a vampire is? Nosferatu, working the PSYOP assignment prostitution circuit of gang stalking, of your psychotic charades as your false narratives. Because Jesus would never run psychotic games on anybody. That's deceit. That is confusion. Therefore, is demonic. So, as a targeted individual, when you spot the demonic, detach. Don't interact with it, because those sweet lovelies have fooled themselves right into demonic possession. Don't even know it. I sit here and I pray for them to come to their senses, because unless they tell the truth, they're as good as gone, because whenever their physical material body gives out, they're already in hell. And if hell isn't a real place, that's fine. Call it the lowest vibratory frequency dimension throughout the dominion of the cosmos and galaxy. So you do you, little Nosferatu. What you need is Jesus. These assholes pretend to go to church every Sunday. What they're really doing is using Jesus Christ like a goddamn clown cape as their veneer, as their cover, and then go to clown college. And if they can't get to clown college together, they meet up and have secret meetings behind your back to practice their false narratives, to practice their goddamn clown college ways. These are RICO crimes. These are felonies. The fact that you went to go get the organized part of the crime, those are RICO charges. And your goddamn clown coach that coached you, they're busted. And whether or not they know it is a different story, because everybody's phones are hacked. It's just as simple as a snap of a finger tip, if you can snap. And then boom, your whole digital signature is out there for the taking. So you all are already busted. And I know you clowns are so brainwashed by money, you would never miss a Sunday from clown college, not even to go to real church, where ethics is held on to from every temptation. So go ahead, Nosferatu. Don't even know you're demonically possessed. Hey, I'm trying to wake y'all up, man. I'm loving you. I'm sitting here walled off in this bedroom, keeping to myself. You know I'm not coming out. So go ahead with your crazy ass triggers that you're running around in the background. Instead of going to clown college, you should have been seeking Jesus and not pretending you were seeking Jesus. But when you use him as fake ass cover, you destroyed your connection from him. So go on with your parasiting. Because without your parasiting, what do you have really when you've destroyed your own connection from Yeshua, from Jesus, from the Father, by pretending you were connecting with him when you were really getting your clown college RICO crime, organized part of the crime assignments to gaslight, thinking you're impervious, that you're not doing anything. Bitch, you went to go to clown college. That right there is your downfall. And your phones are all tapped. Your coordinating has all been documented. And for the parent misleading a child, the child still has an age of accountability. When you still follow the wrong, you're still wrong. So you better hope that your human body doesn't keel out from underneath you, because if it does, you're going straight to the pits of the lowest demonic frequency there ever could be. Because you're parasiting and being Nosferatu instead of seeking Jesus when you pretended to. Me? I just tried to stay the fuck away from you, love you genuinely, pray for you behind your back. But you still want to parasite because your body's been overbridled by the demons you go hobnob with in your clown college when you should have really been at church as a family. But no, you'd rather parasite and become the demons of which you portray. You all have demonic infestations. Don't even know it.